Hello, lovelies. Hello to all my lovely Sagittarians, Sagittariuses. This is a reading for you for the next year, and it's 2020 or 2020, as you prefer. As you can see, the cards are already laid out because I was doing this reading in my native language first. So I already know what's going on. I think it's a very inspiring year for you. It doesn't mean that everything goes smoothly because I see some contradictions to your plans, but it's only for your greatest good and for your growth. Let's start from the very beginning, the way you appear in the reading. This is King of Swords. So this is someone who knows. This is someone who already decided. Very strict, abstract thinking. Straight to the point. Very impressive as far as speech is concerned. So you will speak clearly, you will think clearly, you will have clear goals, and you have all the power to achieve them because you have the Chariot as your major arcana. So you take those two forces, those two horses or sphinxes that represent both yin and yang, both masculine and feminine. They generally represent many different desires, many different shifts in your emotions. And you make them go your way. You make them go where you want to go. So this is a very powerful combination. Perhaps a little bit narrow-minded, as it appears later in the reading. Perhaps a little bit too strict, but no worries. Energies will come that will enable you to loosen things a little bit, whether you like it or not, dear Sagittarius. Because the main theme of your reading is the coyote. The coyote, together with Adelita of Fire, which is Knight of Wands. This is Cayenne, so it's very spicy, very hot energy. Changing directions is what I see here. And it's this external, elemental or universal influence on your energy, the energy that is full of air and triumph. What does the coyote do? Let me read it for you. I have to switch hands. The coyote is the symbol of the sacred trickster, the one who provides the tools for growth and understanding by ensuring that things don't go as planned. So, yeah, King of Swords might be really annoyed by this. I can imagine. The coyote brings the energy of divine deception to set you free from the shackles of that which doesn't serve you. Sometimes it appears that you will get everything you want, only to find that coyote brings you the opposite of what you hoped for. The lessons offered by coyote may first appear confusing, but they are most sacred and always for your highest good. If coyote calls to you, this is a time to pay special attention to detours and disappointment, as they are true tests of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit, yet you may find yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led, of course, off the path, leading you to your most cherished dreams and desires. Remember this: coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you've set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when Coyote calls your name. And the medicine of the Coyote goes like that. Are you being seduced by what you think you desire? What you think you desire. Look at this. Could it be that the more superficial, sparkly, shiny aspects of your ambition led you in this moment? Perhaps you feel that in order to get what you desire, you have to compromise yourself, control others, or manipulate situations to ensure your goal is met. Coyote howls in the shadows to remind you that this may be a lesson too painful to learn. So, beware the shallow waters right now. Something or someone might pretend to be deep, but that doesn't make them so, no matter how seductive their superficial traits and how beautiful or sparkly they appear. All that glitters there will not turn up gold, no matter how many wishes you make to change that. So this is a great lesson in being humble, I think, and in changing your mind, changing directions. Even if everything was very well thought of and thought through and planned, you may experience that the true wisdom will tell you to change direction. Right. Now, as a general picture of the year, we have 4 cards from Herbcrafter's Tarot. And that is 6 of Water, which is Borage, 5 of Earth, Slippery Elm, the Star, which is Cottonwood, and Ace of Air, Yarrow. And what I see here is that I think you're going to be very happy with your day-to-day life. Perhaps you will see that doing things the old way doesn't work anymore, doesn't work that as good as it used to, and that you need to perhaps change the course or find yourself in a different place, having a different goal. Again, the star is all about the light that leads us, the light that shows us what is our place in the universe and what is our gift to the universe. What should we give to others? So I think there's some kind of awakening here through these obstacles that you have. 5 of Earth is about feeling that you don't have enough, that there is lack of something. But the answer is always faith. This card speaks very directly that all the resources are at hand if you truly believe that they are, if you have faith that they are. And the faith is here, perhaps not here, not at the very beginning, because this is the card of little pleasures, and perhaps this shallow water appears here as just leading day-to-day life, not really caring about things like greater good and higher goals. But I think one day you will wake up and you'll feel that something is missing, that it's not enough, it's not good enough, and that you need to have this star, this higher goal. And then when you do that, when you awaken, you have the new idea how to cope with your life, how to create a new opening in your mind, new way of thinking. It's also about not agreeing to something that encompasses you, something that keeps you in one place. Look at this fence, barbed wire fence. This yarrow doesn't care. It says, you're not gonna hold me here. I'm bigger than this. I'm stronger than this. I'm not gonna be trotted upon. I don't know if that's the way you say it, but there's this awakening here and being very brave and again victorious energy here, but I think from a different perspective than at the beginning. All right. So, but generally the energy is very, very pleasant. I think you may have this connection with the universe, feeling that you're loved and protected all the way, even in difficulties that everybody meets this day or another. Now, as for more structural reading, the first question I ask is, what is the lesson of the year? What's the most important thing? What will you definitely learn? And we have 3 of Swords here. So there is the notion of recognition of a difficult problem. 3 of Swords symbolize some old story, perhaps, that keeps you in place. Something that you don't want to touch because it's painful. But the heart that is pierced through with those swords, it can't beat. So really the problem here is that those thoughts or those words or these old stories that are stuck into your heart, they make it impossible for you to use this beautiful engine of your heart. Perhaps that's why you appear as King of Swords, because you only use one engine, which is your mind, and you forgot about the other. And it's much better to have 2 engines than just one. So I think what you realize is that you have those swords in your heart, that there is something that you're afraid to touch. And this is the first step to healing. Because when we know what stops us, what hurts us, then we can take care of it, even if it's very painful to remove those swords. But I think you will, because the second card is 3 of Wands, and it's totally different perspective. It's another 3, but this 3 is much more dynamic. And you can see much more because your horizon is very, very far, and you can see what's coming up to me in this situation. The recognition of the situation enables you to change the way you act and to change the place you are in order to receive what you really want and need in life. So there is this mental shift here. The second position is, what is the challenge? And you have the Fool. So the challenge is to trust, and the challenge is to take risks, as always with the Fool. The Fool doesn't know the way. He has nothing planned. He's so much different than King of Swords, who knows it all and already decided. Well, the Fool only decided to take the first step. He doesn't know much more than that. So it's gonna be a challenging thing to do that. It may also even be a challenge to begin things, because as the second card I have 10 of Wands. There are things that you're still attached to that don't serve you anymore. Tens in tarot are resolution cards, so this situation should be resolved in order to let new energy in. But you hold those 10 wands tightly. These are experiences that are yours, definitely. But they don't contribute to your life right now. They don't add anything at all right now. And you cannot add anything more into this energy because this card is full. This is the end of a cycle. The best thing to do with this is to end it, to weave it into the fabric of your life, or to just leave it. Sometimes it's the best thing to do, especially if those are not your actions, really. If we take too much responsibilities, for example, it's just the best way to do with them is to drop them, just like that. But still, it is difficult for you. This is the challenge, to leave those things and to begin anew, trusting. So my question is, what to do with this? What's the answer? And the answer is to dream. Let your dreams be wide and wild. I think the King of Swords is energy that rather doesn't dream much, I think. And if he has dreams, they are very reasonable. This card is far from reasonable. It's rather, oh, look what we have here. Well, this and this and this and that. But it doesn't matter if these goals are achievable right now. Just let yourself dream. Let yourself set intentions. Let yourself widen your horizon, even if those things are not within your reach right now. Okay? The strength, the power of you is the Hanged Man. This is a very subversive strength, because it seems that he does nothing here. But it's, of course, it's not true. He's observing, he's gaining new perspective, and he's changing within, preparing to bigger transformation. I think this is the ability to let things happen by themselves without our input. Sometimes it's the best way to act, especially if forces of nature are involved. There are so many things that forces of nature can do for us, and you have this ability to let them, not to put your hands and nose in everything. All right? And Six of Swords, together with that, it's like sliding on something and leaving difficulties and challenges and traps, all kinds of traps behind, because you let yourself be driven by a greater force. That's how I feel it here. And it may be very smart to let forces of nature or just the situation to evolve in a natural way, not pulling or pushing too much. You don't have to be active to see things going in the right direction. What to do and what not to do. We have strength, what to do. Make yourself friends with your animal nature, with this animal part of you, because you're so much stronger when you let these instincts, these desires to lend you some vital force, or to work instead of your higher mind, higher conscious. It's best when we go in tandem. It's best when we go together, and it's not by domination of one over another and the other way. It's about partnership and being friends with all the facets of your nature, also this animal facet that really shows you what do you want sometimes, what do you need. It's about regulating the force of the animal within you. And we have Ace of Cups, which is open heart and a free flow of emotions. So it works together. This force works the best if you let yourself be open about your emotions, if you let them go through you, if you don't push them, surpass them, but you just let them flow through your heart. So that's what's recommended. What's not recommended? Not doing anything. Apathy, stagnation, laying down, sleeping too much, being in seclusion. Peace. It would be artificial peace with those energies. It's not time to rest. It's not time to go idle, I think, because the second card is Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is sometimes going idle, like doing all the things you need to do just automatically. Don't do this. You need to be active. You need to be aware of what is happening. Okay? Now, as for seasons of the year, first we have winter. And in winter you have Justice and King of Pentacles, which is a very favorable energy, I think. It speaks about some just solution, especially in area of your work, career, resources, health, body. It may be about bringing things back to balance on a material level in your life. For some of you, it may also indicate some court case, something connected with law. It may be very favorable for you again. So, this beginning of the year, it seems very safe and just. Okay. Then we have spring. In spring, I have a very passive energy. 4 of Cups and 9 of Cups, but they are quite different. 9 of Cups is about your wishes being fulfilled, feeling in the right place, feeling good where you are, fulfilled, happy with yourself. Whilst 4 of Cups is stability that turns into stagnation. So it's a card of disappointment. So it may be that in spring you feel that what you thought was the best for you really doesn't work, and it's not enough, because it puts you in a place of stagnation. It doesn't have this flow that we need to feel really happy. So make your wishes, but do it with caution, because they may come true, and they may appear beautiful, but they may occur something different than you thought they are gonna be. And again, you need to be active in order to perhaps avoid this stagnation of emotions. In summer, I have a beautiful energy of 2 pages or 2 princesses. Princess of Cups and Princess of Swords. I think this is a very happy and joyous time. For some of you, this is about being with your children, playing together, being on vacation, traveling together, getting to know each other better. For some of you, it's similar, but with your friends, because pages may indicate friends. I think it's also about learning, starting new things, being curious about the world, about other people, about some topic. Generally, I feel very open energy here, open, innocent, and happy to encounter new things, ready to perceive and learn. And in autumn, the energy is extremely interesting, because I have the World, which is the major arcana, and another major arcana, High Priestess. It seems like a great mystery is revealed before you. It's revealed to your eyes. Something that you didn't know, you finally see it. And it really changes the way you see the world and life. I think it's groundbreaking. In a positive meaning, probably. It's a shift in understanding what is going on in your life. So this kind of revelation probably indicates that something will end, some kind of a cycle will end, and you will encompass the world. You will feel that you know what was to be known. And now with this new knowledge, you are ready to know even more in a new cycle. So this is really interesting and overwhelming energy here for me. So overall, I think a very nice year. Perhaps this revelation corresponds to this Ace of Air, this new way of thinking about things, right? And finally, about different areas of your life, dear Sagittarius. First, work, career, resources, money. Everything is very well here. If you had any kind of conflicts, they end. I think there's peace in your environment. Everything comes back to balance. There is some kind of truce between you and others if there was a conflict. And there is general success here, clarity, happiness, working together, working every day very constantly, improving your work, also with others, but perhaps learning something from others. But it all goes very well. It's predictable. No surprises here. Just pure sun, pure light, and being very, I think, efficient, because this is the card that speaks of prudency. So I like it very much. Then as for love, it also looks very, very nice, very intriguing. Definitely there is love here. You have Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and Six of Cups. Six of Cups very often is a card of karmic relationship, or just a relationship that is very dear to us. Someone is very dear to us. So as far as love and relationships are concerned, really much is happening. There's definitely a new beginning here. Depending on your current situation, it may take many forms. If you are alone and want to be alone, perhaps you fall in love with something, some kind of new passion, new hobby, and you really fulfill yourself in it, and you really think that you and this thing are meant to be together and are created to coexist. If you are alone and you want to find someone, you want to be with someone, most probably this person will appear, and it's going to be a very romantic meeting. And you may feel that you really found a treasure, and it puts you in a very romantic mood. If you are in a relationship, this again, it may go many ways. For example, if you are in an established relationship, you may deepen your love. You may discover new themes, new depths in your relationship, and it's kind of renewal then. If you are in a relationship and you feel unfulfilled, the inspiration may also come from a different person. This may be a romantic new love that you feel towards someone new. Finally, for those of you who are at the crossroads, perhaps thinking about deepening your connection with someone, making vows, this may also happen. There may be an engagement, betrothal, is that the word? Weddings, all kinds of things like that. So beautiful energy for you as far as love is and relationships are concerned. Really nice. And as for your self-development and spiritual growth, I have Brother Water, Nine of Wind, which is Nine of Swords, and Brother Earth. I would say there are some challenges here with Nine of Wind. It doesn't have to mean that your mind is your enemy, but it may indicate that there is a need to shift something in the way you see your spiritual growth. There may be new idea that you encounter that really changes the way you see your input in a spiritual growth of all beings. And it's a difficult idea to grasp, I feel. Of course, you will grow if you grasp it, if you in some way can incorporate it in the way you feel, the way you think, the way you act. And it may change the way you express your self-development. If it was only on the level of emotions and feelings and perhaps communication, this may change the way you express it into a more material one. You may feel the urge to create things that are palpable, hearable, visible, not only communicate or feel the way the universe is speaking to you. You may change the way you express your connection with the universe, I feel. Okay? Right, so this was the reading for you for 2020. I hope you enjoyed. Whatever happens, I wish you a wonderful year. I hope it's gonna be nurturing, full of love, health, beautiful relationships, beautiful emotions. And I wish you all the best. Bye-bye.